So hi, my name is Murdo. I'm the chair of the Cobequid Wildlife Rehabilitation Center and one of its co-founders. And I thought I would give you a little video tour of the large Raptor flight recovery facility that we're building. This is something we have been fundraising for about 6 years, and a lot of people have contributed to this. And I thought I'd give you a little tour just to see what stage it's at with the construction. We're really excited. It's almost finished. So why don't you come along and I'll show you around. So it's a rainy day, so you might see some water coming down on the lens. The roof is not on yet, but we're hoping this material here is the roofing material, so we're hoping real soon that the roof will be on. So this is the front entrance. It's a double door system, so that will stop things from flying out over our heads if they're out in the flyway. And we step into the flyway. It's a 16-foot wide oval, essentially, that allows the birds unlimited fly space to learn how to fly again and regain their strength in their flight muscles. So initially, when we intake an animal, it would be kept in a small enclosure in the house because they would be under critical care, and it would limit their movement to a very small confined space. And once we know that they are not going to die and they will likely recover, then we move on to the next step, which is to provide them medical care and nurse them back to health. And once they are strong enough to come outside, we would bring them to an enclosure like this you see here. This is a larger space. We initially start them off with a low perch, so they can just hop up onto it without too much effort. And then as they get stronger, and we feed them over a period of days or weeks, and we see that their mobility is increased, we will increase the height of the perches and maybe put a secondary one in further down and monitor how well they can move from one perch to the other and how high they can basically fly up. And once we know that they can move from a high level perch to another high level perch quite comfortably, and they perch and they look happy and they're able to come down and get food and come back up to the perch, then we would open the door here and allow them to find their own way out into the flyway, where they will have all the space to learn how to fly. We will put perches up on this wall on the inside here, probably just below these little viewports. There'll be doors over those viewports so that the birds can't get in there. And birds of prey like to be up high, so we'd put them up probably halfway up this wall up here you see. And that way, once they come out to the flyway, they'll be able to fly up to a perch and get their bearings and have a look around. And then hopefully they'll exercise their flight muscles by circling around in this beautiful, spacious flyway. Now it's 16 feet high on the outside wall and about 18 feet high on the inside wall. And all the surfaces are going to be protected with this slatting or lattice that you see on the roof and on this far wall down here. So as you can tell, it's still a work in progress. And I'll show you this wall here. This is what the exterior slat will look like. It's a 1x6 board that goes all the way up to the roof. So it's to protect the animals from the wood and the structure, and to make it nice and smooth and safe as possible until they're ready to go. Once they're ready to go, you might ask, how are you going to catch these guys in such a large space? Because if you come in here, they're just going to fly away from you and disappear around the corner. So it's a very good question. And what we plan to do is to have a curtain or a couple of curtains that we can roll up and have on the ceiling. And when we need to catch a bird, we'll lower one curtain down and we'll walk towards the bird and it will fly around and come up towards the curtain and stop, and we'll come in behind it and lower another curtain, possibly one at an angle that will then take us to kind of force the bird or corral the bird into a smaller enclosure like this, and that way we can catch them like we normally would, which is to corner them. They usually flip on their back, expose their talons to us because that's their last resort in terms of protecting themselves. We'll throw a blanket over them, scoop them up into a box or a container, and then we will transport them to the release site. So it's pretty exciting to see this project come together. It's been a long-term plan. We've envisioned this for about 10 years, fundraising for about 6, and to see it coming to fruition is just fantastic. Upstairs, above these 4 smaller enclosures, we have storage space, and this is fantastic for us. We have a lot of materials that we've been collecting over the years to help us with what we do at the center, which includes materials for oiled bird response. That includes Tyvek suits and gloves and goggles and toothbrushes and hoses and piping, all that kind of material that you would need, but takes up a lot of space. So we will have a section for oiled bird response, and then we'll have a section for carriers and cages and boxes and containers that we would transport the animals in. We have all kinds of possibilities to put material up here. So these little viewing portals we designed for 2 reasons. One, so that once we come into the flyway, we know the birds are going to fly around away from us. If we want to watch their behavior, we have 2 ways of doing that. One is with remote cameras, which I plan to put up in the corners of the flyway. You can see up on the roof here where I'll put them. But also, if we want to come inside and watch them from here, what we can do is come up inside the middle, and then once they've settled down, we can open up a little portal up here and look out on the flyway. So we have lots of storage space. We have opportunities for viewing the animals from different angles, and there's plenty of room for them to learn how to fly. So this is our little summer project. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And oh yes, I got to show you one more thing that many of you have already contributed to. But maybe if you're still interested in supporting this structure, because we're still fundraising, we have what we call the One Stick at a Time campaign. And essentially what it was is that each one of these 2x6s that are 16 feet long, they cost approximately $30 each, around that ballpark figure. And we said that for a donation of $30, you're basically buying us one of these sticks. And there's 360 of these in this building. And for that $30 donation, what we will do is write your name on a little copper plaque like this, and we will mount it to a post just like this, like you see here. So each one of these people have donated a stick to this building. So it can be your own name, it could be a pet's name, it could be the name of a loved one, you could be in memoriam, doesn't matter, any kind of name at all. We would be happy to put it on there. So for a donation of $30, you too can contribute to this fantastic facility that is under construction right now. So once again, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.